These are the three types of lines I'm going to ask you to identify off of the diagram. I will give you the diagram. I will even tell you which line to focus on. And you're going to tell me, or which two lines to focus on, or which line and plane to focus on. And then you're going to tell me, are they parallel, are they perpendicular, are they skew? The only other thing they could be is intersecting. Okay, neither of those. So they'll just be intersecting. So if you look at number 1 here, I'm just going to highlight to help you focus on which line. Okay, it says line BE. So if I look here, my line BE, oh, I'm looking at the wrong, sorry, that's number 2. Line DE. DE is on the bottom plane right here. That's the line DE. So we're focusing on DE and BE. So here's the BE. Yeah, what's our evidence? What proof? There's the box. So we're just going to put an upside down T for the first blank. Because they're perpendicular. I see the box. Okay? Now, if we're looking at, I'll talk about 2 here. Keeping that same line, I'm just going to take off my BE because we don't need that one. They're saying BE in the plane, okay? Plane DEF. So if they give you 3 letters, use those 3 letters to find the plane. So if I go from D to E to F, okay? D to E to F, that's this bottom plane right here. Okay. What can I say that the line and the plane are? Because this plane is going out this way, yeah. The plane is going this way. The line is going this way. This is parallel. Okay. Oh, wait. I said DE. It said BE. Sorry. You're right. I looked at the wrong line. BE, right? Yeah, so you're right. It is perpendicular. Upside down T. My fault. I said DE and not BE. Okay. All right. Now, AB is up here, kind of on the top, slanted, or in the front face. That's AB. And we're looking at, I'm doing it too. And here's EF. No, it's not. I don't know why that alarm's on. It's this 5th period. Oh, I said I hit the snooze instead of turning it off. Okay. Those 2 lines, are they on the same plane? No. Are they parallel? No. Do they ever intersect? Yeah. So they are skew lines. Oops, I can't spell today either. Okay. Are we kind of understanding how you're filling in the type of relationship? Yeah.
Is there like a symbol for skew?
I have a symbol for skew. Okay, so that's reading off the diagram. We're going to get some type of 3-dimensional shape to read it off of. Now, in section 2 here, they are going to give you parallel lines cut by a transversal. So the thing is, you have to know the types of angles formed. You need to know alternate interior, alternate exterior, corresponding, same side interior, same side exterior, your vertical and your linear pair. Basically, guys, you need to know everything off the purple foldable. Okay, make sure you refer to your purple photo if you're going to study. I am going to send out some flashcards on Teams to help you study those types of angles, reading diagrams. You can use those. You just got to take the time to go on Teams to look at it tonight. So on this diagram, there are 4 lines. So we're just going to complete the statement. So on number 5, it says angle 2 and 8. So then I just look at 2 and 8. They are alternate interior angles given which line being the transversal. We got to fill. This would have to be H. So you can fill it there, or you can put the H to the side of the number. Okay, the answer is H. Now on 7, there's 2 possible answers to pair up with angle 1. But we're trying to make angle 1 be an alternate exterior. So I'm going to take off this marking and just focus on angle 1. Angle 1 is right here. It's formed with line P and line H. So what other number angle could be an alternate exterior? Yeah, I could do 7 using line H, right? So angle 7. I can't do 11 because it jumps on a different level. I can do 15. If I do 11, it's not using the same line with angle 1. It has to use the same line, a shared line. Does that make sense? Well, yeah, because it's 2. Huh? No, it's exterior because if I'm using line P, because yeah, it's outside the other 2 lines. Okay. All right. So, like if now on number 9, now they're going to tell you which line to focus. This is given. Line P is the transversal. We're going to focus on letting P be the transversal. 3 and what other number would be an alternate interior if P is the transversal? Yep, 3 and 13. Okay. No, 3 is inside. 3 is inside H and M. 13 is inside H and M. Yeah. Interior. They're both angles are inside the 2 lines. It's interior.
Yeah, no, thank you, but I mean like both.
Same line. Same side interior or consecutive interior. So on 11, now they want us to focus on line H as a transversal. So I'm just going to highlight this line H. That's the line that they were comparing to. 7 and what other angle corresponds? Yep, 3. Okay, 7 and 3. Okay. All right, so